Yo, what it is, everybody? Thanks for tuning back into another episode here on the Speedbug channel. We are in the 2019 Denali, and I figured I would give all of y'all a quick inside brief view of a little drive and a little, 1 month, you want to so on. It's a review here of this beautiful truck that I really do love and cherish here so much. So we're driving here on the way in here to work, and we got coming up in about 900 miles or so on this thing, and I've had nothing but great things and great everything to say about this truck. Probably the biggest gripe that I have to say about the entire truck solely is just the fact that it just doesn't drive kind of like a 1500, but as expected, as it's going to be able to tow twice the amount of a 1500, well, you're going to have a little bit more rugged suspension to be able to compensate for the extra payload, towing capacity, and everything else. But just given the fact that the ride is just a little bit harsher, but with the Denali trim, the seats are a little bit more plush, they really do absorb a lot of that, and I have no complaints. But also the truck that is 6 inches longer than my other truck gives you a little bit more leg room up front, significantly more in the back when you're carrying some passengers. So that is fantastic, that is great, and everything else is really good. I am kind of happy I did going with the GMC over the Chevy, because if you look, the gauge cluster is much different, and the gauge cluster in the GMC is significantly better, where you still kind of get the 4 analog gauges and just some little bullshit screen there at the bottom, where in the GMC it's pretty much identical to the Camaros. This part is all the same and everything like that, and of course the center console and everything else is awesome. Every sensor that this truck has been equipped with, no faults, no complaints, no check engine lights, nothing or anything like that. Fuel mileage is great, even with all the emission stuff on it. I'm sure, yes, we all know that it will be better once it is deleted. However, but that may happen a little bit later on down the road after, I don't know, maybe I get some miles and stuff on it. I don't feel like voiding my warranty or dealing with any bullshit right now. I just really feel like I just want to get in my truck and just drive it. And as you tend to get a little older and wiser and stuff like that, it's not, it's not always about being the fastest and having the most powerful and so on and so forth. It's about ease and comfort. So, but as far as the review, the 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, the headlight visibility, the high side visibility, the hood line, everything is great. The truck has great power. From a towing perspective, I do really want to cover on that, because that was probably the #1 reason that I did buy this truck, towing versus the 1500 and the 2500. The fact that this truck is like 3,000 pounds heavier, so it really makes a difference when the trailer is loaded to it, so it doesn't buck and jump all over the place. The other thing is that the second that the trailer and truck is going up a hill, obviously given the amount of torque that the diesel creates, there's almost like never a downshift, which is fantastic, and it's great. And just as I thought, it thing gets like 16 miles, 17 miles to the gallon with this damn trailer on it, and like 18, maybe 20 without the trailer, depending on the speed. So there's almost like virtually no effect with this trailer on there. And my trailer's not essentially small, but it's not, huge. There's guys with race car trailers that would make this truck, really struggle, but mine is not, and I'm not at that level, at least not yet. But everything else is fantastic. I really do love it. The creature comforts of this truck is awesome. Having the air-conditioned seats and such like that, and every cup holder and port and power ports, it really is fantastic, and I do love it. And it really is now. It is, believe it or not, even though I have the Trans Am and have the Camaro, and also still have the Corvette, I still drive them. Yes, just obviously not as much. I tend to drive this more because it probably, I'd probably say the truck, believe it or not, given the fact that it's a diesel, it probably gets the best gas mileage of the 3 cars. The only thing that's going to probably get better gas mileage is for sure is going to be the motorcycles. Let me touch here on gas mileage. I filled this thing up now twice, and the last tank that I just went on, I'm looking at, I went about 550 miles with a combination of a little bit of city, excuse me, mostly city and a little bit of highway. Towing the trailer once to the racetrack and obviously back, and then driving to the racetrack, no trailer, and back, and then drove to work roughly about for 3 weeks. So the full tank of gas lasts me about 3 weeks, and I put in 33 gallons, and it was about 80 bucks. Now, some of you are gonna be like, damn, wow, 80 bucks? Well, it was about 65 to fill my last truck, and it would last me 10 days, 2 weeks or so, and that was fine, obviously, as long as I never had a trailer on it. But if I towed my trailer, again, with the 1500 to the racetrack and back, guaranteed between half a tank and 3/4 of a tank. And that was the shitty part of the gasser. But during the city and when you were driving it very light, it did get a little bit better gas mileage in the city, but not that much. And maybe, you know, the diesel is breaking in or something like that, but I wouldn't trade it. And this is awesome, and I probably will never have a big gasser unless it's doing for like light duty stuff, but diesel is for sure the way to go. But everything is great with the truck. I love it. Again, like I said, all its creature comforts, everything is perfect, as you guys can see around as I'm showing you. Everything is perfect. I have no complaints, and yeah, we'll give you some more truck content. I just wanted to give you a quick update here on the way into the JOB, into the office today. And I hope all of y'all have a great day, and stay tuned for some more Speed Bug content. We'll see you. Peace.